Hello and welcome back. Picking up where we left off last time, we had just changed the fuel filters for the engine. And as a reward for kind of doing that scary job, we decided to take a trip out to the islands. And we went to Mesha, which is about 21 miles north of our home port of Anacortes. And we motored this distance. There wasn't really any wind. Um, and uh, we rolled past Clark Island here, which is where Jenny and I got engaged a number of years ago. So it's always fun going past Clark Island there. And then we got a dock spot in Mesha, and that's where we pick up from here. So I wish I had more footage from Mesha because that place was really awesome. Unfortunately, I'm an idiot and deleted all this GoPro footage that we had from diving. We went swimming there and snorkeling around, but I totally lost those. So my apologies. But anyways, we from Mesha we spent a night there, and then we made a quick little trip over to Snoring Cove on Susha, um, just as some weather was blowing in. So this you'll see what I mean here. These guys are flying low. Blowing real hard here in Susha. Just blowing at least 25. We're just all over the place. The drinks and chess are okay, but holy shit. Jenny's lashing everything down. Good sailor. Whew. So we survived the night, but our mooring line just barely did. We saw this going on, so we had another mooring line on the mooring ball, so it was all good. But it was just kind of a good, cheap lesson in just being very observant and just knowing what's going on at all times. It's blowing. We rode the tail end of that storm back to Anacortes and had some really good sailing. So the last boat project we needed to do before we could set sail north was to upgrade our anchor chain. The one on the boat currently just didn't look all that great, and we didn't know how much we could trust it. So we decided to upgrade.
How's it look?
Looks really nice.
Ooh, nice new chain. That's pretty. New chain. Ooh. Brand new anchor chain. Marking off 50-foot segments.
So at this point we had our new anchor chain all prepped and ready to go. We needed to turn our attention to the boat's existing setup, and you can just see that this does not inspire confidence whatsoever. So we are going to totally replace this chain, and then this rope we are going to reuse, but we're going to cut it below this. And Jenny is the boat's like rope master, so she will make a new splice and new thimble and everything. And just to give you an idea of what that looks like on the boat, this is it.
It's a mess.
Project day here. But you gotta stop and eat lunch.
So it just bent,
Yeah, I just tried turning that.
and you bent it?
Yep.
Wow, look how old and rusty it is.
Yeah, it is horrible. now we get the grinder out. And the end result from all those efforts was this. You can just see that Jenny did an awesome job making a whole new splice, new thimble, and you can see that new shackle with the new chain there. It just looks really nice, and that inspires confidence, and that will definitely sponsor a good night's rest. So we feel great about this setup. So even though the setup looked really good, we just wanted to double check just to make sure, give it a good test.
Okay, that's about taut. Give it a little rev. I think we're good.
And with that test being a success, it was time to go test it out. Here's our new anchor setup in action. Love seeing that. Holding strong. So this is like a half mile from the marina, but it felt really special dropping the anchor for the first time, because we had never done that without an instructor or anything. So it's kind of like we were earning our badges or something like that. Wandering and dream, I'm lost, old and vacant. Where's the wisdom here? It's something arranged, the splitting of my atoms. So the anchor chain project was the last thing we needed to do before we could travel up north to Canada. However, we thought it would be a good idea just to do one more shakedown cruise, where we tested out the anchor and kind of worked out the bugs before we traveled north. So we set out and explored, this is Lopez Island, and we went to Watmo Bay, which is a really pretty neat spot because it's got these big cliffs there and you're parked right next to them. So really neat. And then we traveled up through Thatcher Pass over to Shaw Island in Blind Bay, which is pretty neat because there's a big Washington State Ferry terminal right there. And Blind Bay was really nice, and it's a nice protected bay for one, and it gave us a ton of real estate to work with. So it was really nice to practice anchoring there. Really served us well. So yeah, the following videos are from that last shakedown cruise, and after this one we're going to be ready to go and tackle Canada. I go back and forth from here. Tell me, how can we be whole? I wanna know it, singing from my soul. Ancient holding storm, put it up above us. So that about does it for this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Totally appreciate that. Join us next time as we start our big Canadian adventure. We set sail to foreign waters. So thank you again, and see you soon. Cheers.